Good evening. Many thanks for joining us on Citi News Daily on Citi TV. Coming up this evening, National Petroleum Authority hints of an increment in the price of liquefied petroleum gas. The details are up shortly. Now, consumers of liquefied petroleum gas should expect to pay more in the coming months. This is because the National Petroleum Authority has given indications of an increment in the product as government prepares to implement the cylinder recirculation policy. The Chief Executive Officer of the authority, Hassan Tampoli, who mentioned this when he appeared before the Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament, said the new policy will come along with it an additional cost in the production and supply of LPG. Now, following the planned introduction of the policy, government has been met with stiff opposition from LPG Marketers Association and the Association of Gas Tanker Drivers, who insist the move will negatively affect their businesses. There have also been concerns from some Ghanaians about the total cost of the end product. The NPA board says the price increase is going to take care of the margins for the LPG bottling plant because that is the new addition of the supply chain. Now, the various colleges of education across the country will remain closed a while longer. This is because the government, through the Ministry of Finance, has failed to get the striking teachers of the colleges of education to resume work. Yesterday, a 3-hour meeting called by government in an attempt to get the teachers to call off their strike ended inconclusively. Members of the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, that's CETAG, have been on strike since the 2nd of November this year, demanding the payment of their 9-month salary arrears, allowances, market premiums and improved conditions of service. Charles Amwa, who speaks for CETAG, says the Finance Ministry failed to address their concerns during the meeting, therefore their decision not to call off the industrial action. In other news for this evening, government has rejected claims by the minority in Parliament that the recently issued energy sector bond required prior parliamentary approval. A Deputy Finance Minister, Kweku Kwarteng, argues that such financial instruments are strategic and parliamentary processes may delay it, which could eventually affect the interest rate. He also argues that such bonds have not been brought to Parliament since the time of former President Jerry John Rawlings to the John Mahama administration. Therefore, it was unnecessary for the minority to make such claims. Well, government issued a 10-year and 7-year bond with the aim of getting 6 billion cedis to offset the legacy debts of the energy sector, which was about 10 billion cedis. But in all, a total of 4.69 billion cedis was realized, even after a 7-day extension period. The 7-year component raked in 2.4 billion cedis as targeted, at an interest rate of 19%. However, the 10-year bond failed to hit the 3.6 billion cedi mark. Now, President Akufo-Addo's vow to make Accra the cleanest city in Africa has been questioned by his neighbors at his private residence at Nima in Accra, where the lives of residents and school children of the Youngsters International School are in danger because the drain there has collapsed. Citi News' Caleb Kuda went to the area and filed this report.
According to residents of the area, the drain collapsed after the June 3 disaster. It has further worsened following subsequent downpour. Erosion has badly affected the area as water pipes and fiber optics buried deep in the belly of the earth were exposed. The erosion had further eaten halfway into the road. The residents say they are scared for their lives and the lives of their children, who very often attempt to jump into the drain to play. They are calling on the president and relevant authorities to fix the drain to avert any loss of lives. To avert any loss of life, property, or disaster. For Citi News Daily, I am Caleb Kuda.
And that does it for this evening's bulletin. My name is Akanya. Ofori. Thanks so much for your time.
Second Image International admissions in progress. Courses available include hairdressing, beauty therapy and fashion. Call us on 0243 331 999. Evening and weekend classes are also available.